Hello everyone, welcome to Everyday Essential series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy, where we are going to discuss the essential topics from the Hindu and the Indian Express, especially with respect to the prelims perspective. So today, as part of this series, let us discuss the topics from 11th July 2025. And this 11th July has a significance. That is, this 11th July is celebrated as the World Population Day every year. So go and check what is this World Population Day significance and from when we are celebrating this World Population Day and who declared this World Population Day and what is the theme of this World Population Day for this year. Now, coming to the topics of this discussion, first we are going to discuss about the Kanvar Yatra and second about the Talash initiative and third about the Sariska Tiger Reserve and fourth about the Vular Lake and finally Nepal country mapping. So starting with our first topic that is Kanvar Yatra. So why we are discussing this? See, this Kanvar Yatra has been in news since 15 days in all the newspapers. So why this Kanvar Yatra? See, these Kanvariyas in Haridwar are on their way to bring holy water from the Ganga. And regarding this, the UP government has providing the security measures has been on alert to provide the security regarding the routes of these Kanvar Yatris. So what is this Kanvar Yatra? See, the name Kanvar derived from the bamboo pole. See, here look at the picture. This is the bamboo pole. This is known as the Kanvar, and this Kanvar Yatra has derived from its bamboo pole, where on each side the vessels have been tied, and from in these vessels the holy Ganga water has been carried. And this Kanvar Yatra is an annual Hindu pilgrimage of the Shiva devotees. The Shiva devotees, mainly known as the Kanvaris or the Boles. And this pilgrimage will take place every year in the month of July and August. That is in the Indian calendar, that is the Shravan Mas or the Savan Mas. In the Shravan Mas or the Savan Mas, this Kanvar Yatra is going to take place in every year. And so we discussed this is a pilgrimage, right? So where does this pilgrimage, this Shiva devotees will go? They will go to the places in Uttarakhand, that is Haridwar, Gaumukh and Gangotri in the Uttarakhand state and Sultanganj in the Bihar state and as well as Prayagraj, Ayodhya and Varanasi in the Uttar Pradesh state. So, from their homes, they will start on their foot to these places, and from there, they will collect the holy Ganga waters in converse, that is, the pots or the vessels attached to this bamboo stick. So they will collect the holy Ganga waters from there and they return to their towns. And with that, what will they do with this Ganga waters? So with that Ganga water, they will perform the Jal Abhishek on the Shiva temples in their towns as well as including the 12 Jyotirlingas of India. And while after taking this holy Ganga water in their pots or in the converse, that pot should not touch the ground. And in this pilgrimage, the devotees also observe fast sometimes, or mostly the devotees observe fast during this pilgrimage. So this is about the Kanvar Yatra. And now coming to the 12 Jyotirlingas. Where are these 12 Jyotirlingas are located? We'll say briefly. See, one is in the Kedarnath, Kedarnath Jyotirling, that is in the Uttarakhand state. And one is in the Baidyanath Jyotirling, that is in the Jharkhand state. And one is the Kashi Vishwanath in the Uttar Pradesh state. And again Mahakaleshwar and the Omkareshwar in the Madhya Pradesh. And Nageshwar and Somnath in the Gujarat. And Trambakeshwar, Krishneshwar and Bhim Shankar in the Maharashtra state. And Mallikarjuna, Jyotirlinga temple in the Andhra Pradesh, and Rameshwaram in the Tamil Nadu. So these are the 12 Jyotirlingas of India. So you can also go and look into each of these Jyotirlinga or these temples of 12 Jyotirlingas in India. What are their significance? Now moving to a second topic, that is the Talash initiative. So why we are discussing this? So this is a new initiative brought up by the Tribal Affairs Ministry to provide counseling to the Ekalavya students. So we'll see in detail about what is this initiative. See, this Talash stands for the Tribal Aptitude, Life Skills and the Self-Esteem Hub. So the meaning of this Talash is this: tribal aptitude, life skills and the self-esteem hub. And who launched this Talash initiative? This is launched by the autonomous organization under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, that is the NES. That means National Education Society for the Tribal Students. And this NES looks into the education, promoting the quality education to the Ekalavya model residential schools of these tribals. And this Talash program is being organized or is being launched in partnership with the international organization, that is the UNICEF. And this Talash provides for the or aims to provide the all-round development of the students in the Eklavya model residential schools across India. And this Talash aims to improve both the education as well as the personal growth. Education as well as the personal growth of the tribal students in India. So the name Talash reflects the focus search for the self-awareness, life skills and the career clarity among the tribal youth. So coming to the features of this Talash program. See, the initiative offers the psychometric assessment. So under this psychometric assessments, this Talash offers a common aptitude test to help students understand their strengths and weakness. So based on this common aptitude test results, the tribal students will receive the career cards which suggests the best career option suited to their skills and their abilities. This is about the psychometric assessments, and this is inspired by the NCRT's Tamanna initiative. So this giving the career cards based on this common aptitude test is inspired by the NCRT's Tamanna initiative. And the second one is about the career counseling. After looking into the results of this test, they will give these career cards, right? And after giving this career card, they will equip the students with the career guidance. And by providing mentorship also. And next about the life skills and the self-esteem modules. And this Talash has the special functions and special sessions. This Talash provides special sessions to help students learn important life skills like solving problems, communication skills, and handling the emotions also, to build the confidence and the self-esteem among the tribal students. And fourth is about the e-learning for teachers. And for this, a specialized portal will be designed to equip the teachers with the resources and training to effectively mentor and support the students in their academic journeys. So, this Talash initiative not only focus on the students, but they also give training to these teachers in order to provide better education to the children. So this is about the Talash initiative, mainly aimed at improving the overall development of the tribal students across India. And moving to our third topic, that is this Sariska Tiger Reserve. So why we are discussing? So the Standing Committee of the National Board for Life. So why we are discussing this? The Standing Committee of the National Board for Wildlife, chaired by the Union Environment Minister, has approved a proposal to redraw or rationalize the boundaries of this Sariska Tiger Reserve in Rajasthan. However, this decision of this National Board of Wildlife is subject to certain conditions and will also be reviewed by the Supreme Court. So before going to this topic, let us discuss the background of this. What is the issue? See, from 1990s only, these mining operations are going on under this critical area of this tiger reserve. And the immediate trigger point for this is this one. In the month of December 2024, the Supreme Court shut down over 50 dolomite and the marble mines which are operating within 1 kilometer range of this critical tiger habitat of this Sariska Tiger Reserve. And then after that, this issue was given to the Central Empowered Committee to look into this matter, to examine this issue. And this Central Empowered Committee was first constituted by the Supreme Court in the year 2003 to look into the environmental issues of the protected areas. And in the year 2023, the Supreme Court has transferred this Central Empowered Committee to the Ministry of the Environment, Forest and the Climate Change. And along with this, giving the issue to the Central Empowered Committee, the Supreme Court also said to redraw or the rationalize the boundaries of this critical tiger habitat to this Rajasthan State Board for Wildlife while keeping in view of the protection of the tigers of this area. So this State Board for Wildlife of this Rajasthan has come up with the plan. So what is the plan? The plan is this. See, before going to the plan, let us see what is this critical tiger habitat means. See, this is the tiger reserve. This is the area of the tiger reserve, and here this part is this critical tiger habitat, and this is the buffer zone. And this critical tiger habitat means the core area. This is the core zone where no human activity is allowed, or if any human activity is allowed, there is strict regulations. And this is the buffer zone. That means in these areas, the human activities, the limited kind of human activities are allowed. So regarding this rationalization of this critical tiger habitat boundaries, what was the new plan developed by this Rajasthan State Board for Wildlife is that, see, what is this said? Excluding some hilly and the peripheral areas from this critical tiger habitat. So this has said that, okay, exclude some part of this from this critical tiger habitat and adding some areas from the buffer zone into this critical tiger habitat, and we are adding some part of this this buffer zone into this critical tiger habitat. So according to the new plan, the change in area is this one, the critical tiger habitat. Before this plan, this was the 881.11 square kilometers. After adding some areas from this buffer zone, the critical tiger habitat area will increase to 924.49 square kilometers. And coming to this buffer zone, the buffer zone will increase because we are taking this part into this critical tiger habitat zone. So before this plan, this is the existing is that buffer zone, that is the 245.72 square kilometers, and after that it will decrease to the 203.2 square kilometers. So now you understood this. The proposed rationalization of these boundaries is that excluding some hilly and the peripheral areas from this critical tiger habitat, and we are including this into this buffer zone, and from buffer zone we are taking some area into this critical tiger habitat. So anyhow, the Rajasthan State Board for Wildlife is saying that yes, that critical tiger habitat area is increasing. The critical tiger habitat area is increasing. And after listening to the State Board for Wildlife plans, the Standing Committee of this National Board for Wildlife has allowed the change to recreate this or redraw the boundaries of this critical tiger habitat, but with some important caveats. That is, the areas with low tiger density, even if not in the core areas, must be protected. See, the low tiger density areas, if not in this critical tiger habitat, they must be protected due to their ecological importance and the connectivity. And no developmental activities which are harmful to the wildlife should be taken place in these sensitive areas. And protection measures like patrolling, community engagement, and habitat monitoring must be strengthened. So these are some points given by the Standing Committee of this National Board for Wildlife regarding the rationalization of the boundaries of this critical tiger habitat of this Sariska Tiger Reserve. But anyhow, this was approved by the National Board for Wildlife. But these changes, these plans have to be approved by the Supreme Court also, because the Supreme Court has taken this issue as a suo motu cognizance regarding the importance of this issue, the ecological importance of the tiger. So we'll see what will the Supreme Court will offer regarding the redrawing or the rationalization of these boundaries. So this is the issue. And now, what is this critical tiger habitat? So, this critical tiger habitat is a legally designated area within a tiger reserve. Till now, we have discussed if this is the tiger reserve, this is the buffer zone, and this is the critical tiger habitat. And both the critical tiger habitat and the buffer zone consists of this tiger reserve. And it is given under or defined under the section 38(5) of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. These are notified by the state government. See, who will notify this critical tiger habitat? These are notified by the state government in consultation with the NTCA, that is National Tiger Conservation Authority. So what is the purpose of this critical tiger habitat? To protect the core breeding and dwelling area of the tigers free from the human disturbance. So the core area will be protected through this critical tiger habitat, and human activities are prohibited or strictly regulated. In this critical tiger habitat, there is no human settlement and no agriculture or any industrial activity is allowed. So this, if this is the tiger reserve, this is the buffer zone, and this is the critical tiger habitat. That is the core area where the tigers and the breeding area are the protected. Now coming to our topic, that is the Sariska Tiger Reserve. The Sariska Tiger Reserve is situated in the Alwar district of the Rajasthan state, and in the year 1958 this has been declared as a wildlife sanctuary. And in the year 1978, due to the presence of the Royal Bengal tigers in this wildlife sanctuary, it is declared as a tiger reserve under the Project Tiger. And in the year 1982, it eventually declared as the national park. So your homework now is to look into the difference between what is this wildlife sanctuary, what is this tiger reserve, and what is this national park, between these three. And this Sariska Tiger Reserve includes a part of the Aravalli Range and the Katyargir dry deciduous forest. Coming to the vegetation of this reserve, that is the tropical dry deciduous forest, tropical thorn forest, and tropical semi-evergreen forest are present in the Sariska Tiger Reserve of Rajasthan. And see, this is the first reserve in the world which successfully relocated tigers. So why this relocation of tigers? See, in the year 2003, there were only 16 tigers present in this Sariska Tiger Reserve. And coming to the year 2004, these 16 tigers also gone due to the hunting and the poaching of these Royal Bengal tigers. There were no tigers spotted in this Sariska Tiger Reserve in the year 2004. And from then, what the local forest officials and these Sariska Tiger Reserves of the Rajasthan Forest Department done means they relocated some tigers from the Ranthambore Tiger Reserve and the other tiger reserves in the Rajasthan, and they relocated some tigers into this Sariska Tiger Reserve, and that project became successful. They relocated the tigers lived in the Sariska tigers, and they also bred and gave birth to new tigers. So that's why it is the successful. It is the first reserve in the world with successfully relocated tigers. And coming to the historical and the cultural significance, this Sariska Tiger Reserve also hosts the Kankavadi Fort, Neelkanth Temple, Pandupol Hanumanji Temple, and the Sariska Palace. Now moving to the fourth topic, that is the Vular Lake. So why we are discussing this Vular Lake? See, something remarkable is happening at the Vular Lake in Bandipura. The idyllic lake once again becoming home to lotuses 30 years after a devastating flood completely wiped them out of this area. So what it is telling us, see, you can see the picture of this Vular Lake and the lotus. See, this Vular Lake was once a beautiful habitat for this lotuses. Lotus, which is a important economic livelihood for the Kashmiri farmers there. And in the year 1992, there was a heavy floods in the Kashmir. So because of these floods, the floods brought the mountain silt, silt from the mountain, and this Vular lake has been silted. So because of this siltation, this Vular lake lost all this beauty. That is this lotus plants. This lotus plants does not grow in these silt conditions. So since then there were no lotus flowers, but now we are seeing this lotus plants in this Vular lake. See, the Vular Lake Conservation Management Authority took this project as a importance, and what they did, this Vular Lake Conservation Management Authority did many desilting practices, desiltation in this Vular lake, and also sown these lotus seeds. So that's why this lake has come out of this siltation, and now the lotus seeds has sprouted, and now we can see the fruits of this Vular Lake Conservation Management Authority's efforts. Now we are seeing this lotus bloom in this Vular Lake. So coming to the Vular Lake, so this is the second largest freshwater lake in Asia. So what is the first largest freshwater lake in Asia? That is the Lake Baikal. So this is in the Asia. Whereas in the world, what is the largest freshwater lake in the world? That is the Lake Superior of United States of America. This is with respect to the world, and this is with respect to the Asia. And it is the largest freshwater lake in India. This is situated near Bandipura district in the Jammu and Kashmir state, and it's situated on the foothills of Haramuk mountain. The main source of this Vular lake water is at the Jhelum river. It gets its water from this Jhelum river. And so there is a history also with respect to this Vular lake. The Jaina Lanka, the king, the 15th century and the 8th Sultan of the Kashmir, which is known as Ghiyasuddin Zainul Abidin, built a small artificial lake in this Vular lake, that is the Jaina Lanka. And in the year 1990, it was declared as the Ramsar site. So this is about the Vular lake. Now coming to the lotus. So why this important? This lotus bloom for the Kashmiri people? Because see, or because of this nadru. So what is this nadru? In local term, this nadru means the lotus stem. The Kashmiris call this lotus stem as the nadru, and this is very important because from this nadru, the Kashmiris make very delicious Kashmiri cuisine of nadru yakini and other varieties of dishes from this nadru, and they also sell sell this lotus stems nadru, so that they will get the livelihood. And this nadru is a underwater root vegetable and it has a history also. See, we discussed about this Ghiyasuddin Zainul Abidin, right? The 8th Sultan of the Kashmir, 15th century Sultan. So once in this 15th century, he was on a shikar, that is on a ride to the lakes. And when he was on a ride to the lakes, there the local people have given him the dish made up of this nadru, that is the lotus stem. And with that, this Sultan was very impressed. And because of this delicious taste and the health medicinal benefits of this lotus stem, he promoted this lotus in all the lakes of the he promoted the growth of this lotus stem in all the lakes of the Kashmir. So from then, this nadru has been famous in this Kashmiri cuisine. And this nadru is harvested from September to March, and it is low in saturated fat and cholesterol. It is very famous for its medicinal properties also. It is a fat-free vegetable. It reduces the risk of the heart diseases, and it is a rich source of dietary fiber, nutrients, and the minerals also. Now coming to the final topic, that is Nepal, that is our neighbor. So why we are discussing about Nepal? See, there is a floods in the Nepal. And the study has said that the flood without rain in Nepal raises concerns about the glacial lake outburst. And due to these floods, the Nepal-China Friendship Bridge, the Nepal-China Friendship Bridge has also collapsed. You can see here it is this Nepal-China Friendship Bridge before the floods, and after floods there is no bridge. This also collapsed. And the flood is coming from this Botakeshi River. Botakeshi River of the Rusawa area. So the officials or the scientists are saying that there is no condition of rain, and so they did not issue any early warnings also. But suddenly on Tuesday, the floods have come and this almost kill many, around 20 people have lost their lives. And now they are saying that flood without rain in Nepal raises concerns about the glacial lake outburst. So you have to see what is this glacial lake outburst on your own. And this Nepal is a landlocked country in the South Asia. See, it is bordered by India on its east and the south, and thereafter here it is the on its north, it is surrounded by this Tibetan Autonomous Region of China. And see, from Bhutan, it is differentiated or separated by the Sikkim state, small stretch of the Sikkim, and it is separated by the Bangladesh with a small stretch with this Siliguri corridor. See, it has only two borders, that is Tibetan Autonomous Region of China and the India. And it is a landlocked country in South Asia situated in the Himalayas. And it's 75% of this country is in Himalayas only. We all know that its capital is Kathmandu. And it is home to world's highest mountains, that is the Mount Everest, Makalu, Kanchenjunga, Manaslu, Annapurna, Dhaulagiri, etc. And coming to the drainage rivers, the Nepal's major rivers are these three, that is the Koshi, Gandaki, and the Karnali, and they drain into the Ganga basin. And other rivers are Kali and Bhagamati and Narayani also. This Nepal is a member of the United Nations Non-Alignment Movement, and also it hosts the Secretariat of the SAARC, South Asian Association of the Regional Cooperation. So that's all for today. Thank you.